I am from Ukraine, please subscribe my channel, and help me. Animals, like humans, gradually grow larger, acquire new habits and mannerisms. However, looking at some of them in childhood, it is absolutely unbelievable that very soon these cute creatures will be transformed beyond recognition in this issue. You will see how a child becomes a dangerous and huge beast, as well as other incredible transformations of animals that impress you. English Mastiff, you just look at this little, sweet baby. A white dog with a black muzzle is very similar to a noble Labrador Retriever. In the eyes of this handsome man, it is clear that he will always be ready to help his family and friends. This is a very honest and loyal dog. True, I'm not completely sure of her that such a cute dog will be able to rebuff someone. Even when it hurts too much, he is handsome and charming or something. I take my words back, and I did not know what could come of this. Wow! He is the size of a man, without exaggeration, and how is it possible? And this one read more about these dogs, and it turns out that the English Mastiff is one of the largest dogs living on the planet. This is a wonderful companion and friend with a calm and even majestic character. Dimensions of pets: impressive height 70 to 82 centimeters, weight 60 to 100 kilograms. You can't hide from such a bully even in some kind of cold, because dogs of this breed tolerate such an environment well, all thanks to the presence of a dense, but short undercoat and a straight and coarse outer coat. By the way, another fact about the strength of these dogs: they used to be lovers in dog fights. However, their history in this case, it ended at the beginning of the 19th century, whatever one may say. Even though the Mastiffs are also large, powerful and confident, he is still not lahaye handsome. Crimea was a dog in childhood. Especially these creatures love children and love to play with them. They also have developed protective instincts. Because of what, English Mastiffs are often turned on as guards for babies. Panda. Next in line is one of the cutest and most unique animals you can find in the world. This two-colored creature combines the signs of a minute bear. Moreover, this last panda took so much that scientists even ranked her among them. But do not confuse. Panda is a bear, and the point yes, let them prefer yes, easily distracted, careless, but still a bear. This is how you look at these cute creatures in childhood, like they are like little plush lumps of joy. They don't want to do anything, they lie asleep for days on end. In general, barely move and do not understand how these creatures generally survived in the wild. After all, they have, in addition to everything, the biggest difference between parents and children in terms of size. While the mother can weigh about 120 kilograms, the weight of the child will be some 100 g. How do you understand these animals? They can hardly oppose anything to a real predator. How do they survive and survived before? It turns out that the answer lies on the surface. The best way to stay whole in the struggle for survival is not to participate in it in natural enemies in these fluffies. No, with food. In them, too, black and white bears feed on hard bamboo. Pandas do not hibernate. Therefore, stock up on a huge amount of fat. How do the brown ones do it? And I need in general, such an indifferent mood and behavior can be traced not only in small pandas, even when they soak up to hundreds of kilograms of net weight. This does not prevent the introduction of a scattered lifestyle. And in general, such behavior does not mean that the panda has no strength. Whatever one may say, this is a bear, which means dope in the paws. These animals have a lot. The only thing panda is always ready to do. So it climbed a tree. And no, of course, it's not just that panda is ready to overcome his laziness in order to get the juiciest bamboo branch for this animal to show everyone else a lot of acrobatic stunts that even experienced gymnasts do not repeat. Cute foal with just such 2 words can be described. This is an extremely cute creature that can hardly stand on its feet and are next to some huge horse, probably. Baby understands that this big man, if anything, he can protect her. I wonder who will grow up and there is a cute and little horse. Would like to know, who would have thought that the answer to this question all this time was, we have this big guy right in front of our noses. Not just a neighbor. This is her relative. We are talking about the Belgian Brabancan horse breed. It is curious that this breed is considered the property of the country by the locals. Yet the horses of this breed are not the largest in the world. They are still considered to be the parents of the world champions of the giants in the balls. But by the way, in whom it grew, then the baby from the beginning of the story. Well, how do you like such a horse? Take a ride on a soft or adult purpose. She is no longer as cute and beautiful as she was in childhood. Write in the comments. Now we will talk about mammals in Australia unknown literally around the world. Yes, as you already understood? I say, take a look at this sweet creature, who is embarrassed by everything and everyone and is even afraid to go out of a lot of corners in the room. But isn't that a cutie? Yes, this creature or in the hands of a person will fit even scary to hold a kangaroo. Suddenly you break something in it, it hurts, but don't worry. As soon as this creature grows up, she obviously will no longer need anyone's affection or holding a kangaroo on her arms, she will be able to stand up for herself. You just see who you can turn into. From that crumb in a few years to a real mountain of muscles and the personification of confidence and willpower. I wonder how these creatures pump up so effectively. All people who love the gym should check out a couple of their workouts. By the way, I know that it is customary for male kangaroos to uproot bushes in order to demonstrate their strength to others. It is likely that these creatures have a training method based on boxing, because we have seen in cartoons and films how they work with their front paws. Yes, in fact, this is a real way for a kangaroo to fight for a female. Although such blows are usually harmless, especially compared to a strong blow to both their and the hind legs. Speaking of paws, did you know that these creatures have the so-called fifth foot? We are talking about the tail, in which the kangaroo is used as an additional support. When they hit with their hind legs, then they rely on it in general. You can talk about these animals for a really long time. You generally know. How many types of kangaroos are there? Write right now in the comments and test your knowledge. Well, in order not to torment you for too long, I'll tell science that more than 60 species of these powerful creatures are known. Put likes if you want a separate video exclusively, in addition to. Leo, it's time to talk about the king of all animals. This time, I would like to consider a specific case of this little lion cub many years ago met by ordinary reporters. He really liked them because of his innocent cute appearance. I don't know about you, but he immediately reminded me of a cat. It hurts them. Similar faces and demeanor. But as you understand, only in the first years of life. After a few years, the cat will remain a cute fluffy pet, the lion cub will turn. Here in this yes. This is the same lion cub that you saw at the beginning of this story is not bad. So he waved the truth, and here are all his relatives and relatives together, with whom he goes hunting every day. It's amazing how from that small and defenseless lion cub you can turn into the king of animals, an experienced pro Barnabas and a clever hunter. Crocodile, and now I would like to show you another Mila, this time a crocodile. Yes, I know that these creatures grow up to several meters and are incredibly dangerous, but as they say, everyone is cute in childhood. This is how you look at this crocodile and you can't even imagine that in a few years, he will weigh hundreds of kilograms and hunt for everything he wants. By the way, don't get confused. This is exactly the crocodile and alligator for many people. This is the same thing, but in fact, their last common ancestor passed away more than 85 million years ago, no matter how similar they were. Something has clearly changed over such a long period, but let's not talk about it. Let's take a better look at who grows out of that baby, and grow out of him such a predator who surfs the expanses of land and water in search of prey or not to worry about others at all. Whoever meets a crocodile, he can resist anyone. Yes, let the fight not always end in victory in his direction, but, nevertheless, the chances. This big guy, the big ones agree. Elephants are the largest land animals living on our planet. They can be easily distinguished from other animal species by their large ears and trunk, which is used as a hand, Depending on the species, the animal can easily reach 506 m in length and weigh from 2 to 10 TV elephant show. Dense uneven, consisting of tabs and bumps up to 23 centimeters thick. At the same time, it is devoid of sweat and sebaceous glands, and there is no hairline. But if it is, which consists of rare and short bristles, by the way, an interesting fact, an elephant can be right-handed or left-handed. To determine this, you can observe the creation from the side without looking closely. With what tusk does he actively work? In addition, this large creature is very smart. What is one of their rites of burial of loved ones worth, when elephants gather in groups and dig a hole and push the dead animal there? And they sprinkle all this with branches and leaves. Later, elephants regularly visit their loved ones at the same time. No matter how smart animals are to jump, for example, she does not know how at all. Who would have thought that such a majestic and massive animal in childhood could look like this, so unprotected, harmless and tiny, waist-sized for a person to eat his term, but just some kind of fantasy? Subscribe to my friend's channel, like the video and leave a comment.